having an attractive face is one, if not the most important thing in this modern generation. Many people will tell you it's not important, it doesn't actually matter how you look, and a lot of black pillars will say, oh, well, there's nothing you can do about your look. So if you're not 6'5", have perfect facial symmetry, perfect chiseled face, then there's no point even trying. You may as well give up and just kill yourself. From my personal experience, this could not be further from the truth. I've seen significant changes in my self-improvement journey, especially in terms of my facial kind of structure and how that has developed through a lot of practices and work, which I'm going to kind of show you through the methods that I've used to become a better looking man in terms of my face. Now, a lot of people will probably tell you that this is quite vain and arrogant, and you shouldn't need to worry about becoming a better looking man, and you should only be doing it for yourselves. But at the end of the day, a lot of the reasons why we do this is because we want to find the most suitable partner for ourselves. We want to attract the best possible mate, and that is a kind of animalistic desire for us as human beings. So enough of this, let's get on to number one. What is the first thing you can do today to improve your facial structure, to become a better looking man? The first thing you can do is reduce your body fat percentage. The biggest change you will see in your overall face will come down to reducing your body fat percentage. Now, I understand this can be quite difficult when you're at the gym and you're doing a season of bulking. Naturally, some of that kind of what you're eating is going to go to your face and it's going to be stored there quite significantly. So don't worry about this too much if your kind of mission at the moment is bulking. However, you probably are not bulking too much now, as it is summertime, where it's probably not the best time to bulk. However, I've been trying to bulk a bit over summer. Not a good idea. That's a bit of a side one. However, when you do cut, you will honestly look like a different person. And when you get like a lot more chiseled face and your jawline pops out and you just look, I don't even know exactly all the science behind it, but you just from working out and I think just sweating and just working hard every single day, your face just naturally becomes a lot more just chiseled and you just look like a more attractive man. And like I've had people say to me, and I'm not even like joking or exaggerating, that I look like a completely different person now to when before I started the gym. And I'm not just saying in terms of my body or anything, because yes, I do look a lot different. I've gained a lot of muscle from being a skinny boy, as you've probably seen if you followed my journey. But I just mean in terms of my face. And throughout this video, I'm going to put you through a few photos of what I looked like before and throughout my journey. And you will see that I had a really kind of puffy face. I just didn't look as good. And yeah, I think just from hitting the gym and becoming a lot more leaner, that has kind of changed my facial structure a lot. And not just through body fat percentage, we're going to get on to a few others, but I've a couple more points that I want to make in terms of your body fat percentage. So we can't underestimate the importance of having a lean face. But one thing you can do to kind of reduce that puffiness in your face is to stop drinking alcohol, particularly beer, because that has nowhere to go. It naturally just gets stored in your face and it creates this puffy look. And you've probably seen this with quite a lot of people, especially a lot of students that I see, a lot of people who just go out and drink beer and all of this type of stuff. It's not a very good look. So you want to be doing raw water retention, which is a bit of a weird one. When I first found out about it, it's kind of the opposite. You'd expect you to be drinking less water, but to actually get rid of kind of that puffiness in your face, you want to be doing water retention, which is a process of drinking more water to get that kind of fluid and that whatever it is, liquid out of your kind of facial structure. So try and drink as much water as you can. Maybe, I think that you're recommended to drink maybe 4 litres a day. Maybe drink 5-6 litres a day if you can do this. I'm a bit hit and miss with my water. Sometimes I drink a lot, sometimes I don't drink enough. But it will help a lot, especially if you're doing it morning and night. I think that's a good time to drink maybe half a litre before, well, as soon as you wake up, and half a litre before you go to bed. So number 2 is mewing. And a lot of people are a bit weirded out by this. Either if you either know it or you don't know it. A lot of people in the self-improvement space are quite aware of mewing now and the benefits it has, and a lot of people do it on a day-to-day basis now. So mewing is the process of placing your tongue on the palate of your mouth, and what this does, it will create a stronger jaw for you, and it will push your cheekbones here higher up, and it creates like a larger smile and just an overall more attractive face. And I do mewing mainly when I go to sleep. I have this micro pore tape, and I just put a bit over my mouth. I was gonna get some to put it in this video, but I forgot. And yeah, I just put it over my mouth, and I have that on for 8-9 hours a day, because obviously I'm asleep for 8 to 9 hours a day. And yeah, I've been doing this for about 6 months, 9 months now, and I feel it has made a big difference in my kind of facial structure. It might be other things as well, but as long as I believe it works, and I recommend that you do the same. Maybe it's just kind of a bit bro science, and maybe it doesn't actually work. I don't know too much, but I think it has definitely created a stronger jaw, because for me personally, I was one of those guys who was kind of like a heavy mouth breather. I would have kind of shit posture, be down like this, down looking at my phone, shoulders are just quite slot. I just looked a bit like a slob, really. But I'm not talking too much about posture in this video. However, that's a very important aspect that you can do to improve your body language and just your overall frame, and it makes you look a bit taller too. But it's really helped me in terms of just keeping my mouth shut at night, not just in the day. And I feel like I have got a lot more of a stronger jawline now, and I feel like if I keep doing this for a year, 2 years, it's going to kind of really pay dividends. In the end of the day, you're asleep anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I know a lot of people think this is quite weird to have a piece of tape on your mouth when you're going to sleep, but if it works, it works. How much do you want it at the end of the day? If you really want a better jawline, then is it not worth it? Like, who cares? Maybe if you have a partner, they might think it's a bit weird, but if they think it's weird, they're probably not the right one for you anyway, but that's another story. So yeah, it is completely safe. Don't worry about that. Most people think that, oh, what if I can't breathe or something? Well, you're meant to breathe through your mouth and your nose anyway, and it'll improve like your nasal cavities as well. So it'll make it easier for you next time you try and breathe out your nose. And I've really noticed this. I'm breathing a lot more out my nose. That is what our nose is there for, to breathe. A lot of people obviously know this, but they just don't do it. They're always breathing out their mouth. And yeah, it's not a good look either, and it's not healthy to breathe out your mouth. So yeah, mewing, I'll maybe do another video on that some other point, but it is something that will help improve your facial structure significantly. Number 3 is facial exercises. So this is one that I don't know too much about, and I haven't done loads of them myself. However, I'd recommend typing into YouTube First Man Facial Exercises. He's a kind of expert on this. He does a lot about submental exercises and orthotropics, which are pretty much using a lot of your tongue and cheek kind of muscles. You just kind of strengthen them by doing like little exercises like that. You kind of do that. I'll probably try find something of First Man doing these exercises. They look a bit weird, so probably you do this on your own. That's what I'd normally do, because yeah, people will think you're really weird in public, but I think a lot of people think that about us anyway. If we're on self-improvement, we're not like the normal person at all. But overall, it just makes all the muscles in your face a lot stronger. And yeah, we don't use our muscles in our face like we used to. And a lot of the foods we eat nowadays are very soft as well. So this creates a naturally stronger, weaker jaw too. And all our muscles, we're just not using them as much as we used to. And that's a problem. It's really bad for like facial structure. But I'm not going to bore you to death with facial exercises, because 1, I don't know too much about them myself, and 2, you're probably not that interested. But just watch First Man's facial exercises. That will really help you a lot if you want to improve on that. Number 3 is a wide neck. So building a wide, girthy neck is a really attractive feature that is underestimated by a lot of people. You don't really consider how much of a factor a neck plays into someone's overall physique. If you just took a headshot of someone and they had a really skinny neck, you would assume their overall physique is really skinny. However, if they have a really, really thick neck, you're going to naturally assume that they have quite a really big physique. And I just think if you do get quite big in the gym after a few years, hopefully like me in a few years, then you will look a bit weird if you have a really skinny neck. Some people naturally have a bigger neck. I've been doing neck training for a little bit, but nothing crazy. But I feel like it has made a difference. I hope my neck's looking a bit thicker now, a bit bigger. It's probably about the right size for my physique anyway, of where I am. Definitely want to get way bigger anyway. But yeah, if you probably haven't really seen anyone train their neck in public. You might have watched a few videos on it, but most people don't do it. They probably think you're a weirdo if you do it. But you don't have to actually go to the gym and train your neck. However, I would recommend doing that. Because one, it will take you out your comfort zone, which is very important. We should be doing that every single day. And two, you just got better equipment there and you can train using weights. Whereas if you're at home, a lot of you can do some simple exercises like just go down and then up and then just go left and then right. If you just do a few sets of that, 10, 12 a day, it will definitely help. And just exercising that neck, which most people don't do, because like I say, their posture's like this. Their neck's always down. They're getting like double chins. Their necks are just weak. They're not activating the muscles in the neck, which is so powerful. And trust me, it makes such a big difference if you see some people with big necks. And I think it's probably not something, if you're my age or a bit younger, you'll really take into consideration. And most people wouldn't really see it as a really attractive feature. But if you get to like 30 plus, then trust me, I've watched a lot of people a lot older than me, and it does make a big difference. So number 4 is growing a beard. So when I was younger, I always thought kind of growing a beard was quite a scruffy thing to do, and I didn't really like it. I never really thought it's something that I would do in my life. However, the last 6 months I've been trying to grow a beard. It's coming on a bit, but we've still got a lot of work to do. But if you go back to when I started, if you've been following my journey, you can probably see I had no facial hair at all, and I really struggled to grow any hair at all. I just think it does look a bit better than not having any facial hair, even though my beard is not like really big or exactly where I want it to be. But I just think it makes you have a lot more masculine look. And for me, I was someone who was just quite a feminine boy, and I had a really feminine look. I had all the highlights. Even if you go back to the start of my channel, my hair had highlights in, and I just looked quite feminine, and I had no facial hair. I looked quite childish. I looked quite young. I think it makes you look a bit more older. Some people might not want that. But you have to realize, if you do struggle to kind of naturally grow a beard, some people can just grow a full-on thick beard straight away, which I'm very envious of you if you can do that. But if you're like me and you do struggle, then it might look a bit scruffy and it will take a lot of time. However, you just kind of have to ride the wave when it comes to this. And I have this little thing, it's called like a micro needling thing. You can get one off Amazon, just type in micro needling and you'll get one of them, and you just kind of like brush it on the top, because the problem I had a load of patches underneath here. I still have a few now, you can probably see a little bit, which made it look really shit, but it's really filled in. There might not look perfect now, but just like I know from my experience of what it used to look like, it's got a lot thicker now, and it definitely has helped me a lot. There are a lot of products you can buy, but for me, I don't really trust them, and I don't really like it when I don't know what I'm putting on my skin. If it's like chemicals or anything like that, I just don't really go near stuff like that. But maybe a beard doesn't suit everyone, but I think it's definitely worth a go, and it will make you look a lot more masculine. And yeah, you can probably, once you can grow like a better beard than me, it'll look really good if you just go to the barbers and get it like shaped and groomed regularly, or maybe you want to do that yourself, you could do that. But yeah, definitely try grow a beard. Maybe it doesn't suit you, maybe you don't want to, but if you want to look more masculine and have a more attractive face to women, I think it's definitely something you should do. So they're my 5 things that I would recommend that you do in order to achieve a more attractive looking face. So to recap, it's to cut down to a lower body fat percentage, it's to mew, it's facial exercises, build a wider neck, and grow a beard. There's a couple of smaller things that I just wanted to mention that you could also do as well, such as getting your eyebrows shaped. So a lot of people have a little bit of hair just here, which looks really bad if you're quite close up. So if you go to the barbers, just get them to shape your eyebrows. I just say, can you just shape my eyebrows? They'll probably offer that anyway, but just get get them to do that every time you get a haircut. You should go to get a haircut 2-3 times a week anyway. Just get them to do that, or you can just get like a little razor and do it yourself. It takes a few seconds, but it looks really bad if you don't. So that's a little thing you could do. And another thing, which is kind of a bit different, but it is very important for how your face looks, is having bad skin. And this is something that I struggled with. You can watch my video with my battle of acne, because I had acne all over my face and my chest, my back, everywhere for a year and a half, 2 years. And I was very self-conscious of this, and it makes a big difference now that my skin is very clear. I took this thing called Accutane, which is just like a tablet, and you take 2-3 a day. So I'd recommend, if you do have bad skin and maybe you're a teenager, a lot of people do struggle with it, don't use like the cosmetic stuff that you see in Boots and Superdrug and online, because I used all of these serums when I was with my girlfriend before, and she was really obsessed with this type of stuff, and it made my skin worse. It made it all itchy and it flared up, and I feel like I got more spots. And you just like, they've got all these chemicals in which we just don't know about, and I really don't think they work at all, and it's very expensive as well. It's just not worth it at all. So I'd recommend seeing a dermatologist if you have bad skin. But if it's maybe not too bad, you just have a few spots here and there, and you don't really want to take any tablets, and you don't think it's worth it, and maybe you might not get recommended because the NHS is pretty bad at stuff like that in the UK. A few recommendations I would make is just regular sunlight, getting enough water, getting enough sleep. If you live like near a beach or something, getting some salt water on your face, that helps a lot. Sunlight regularly, all the basic stuff that we know about, which a lot of people don't implement in their life. If you think I'm missing anything in this video which makes a more attractive face, then please let me know it in the comments. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, where we can kind of pick out stuff of your face that can make you a lot more attractive, and we can have one-on-one time to just speak personally about what we could do to make you a more attractive young man, then link will be below to work with me. Or if you have any other problems that you want to speak with me about, I'm pretty experienced in all the kind of avenues of self-improvement, so link will be below to that. And I hope this video has been really good for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.